Hello, everyone. Welcome to the ZecHub Sync. It's the 15th of April, and here are some core team updates. So here we have our task planning, um, and we have a bunch of tasks which are still in progress. The Penumbra Threshold tutorial is in voiceover stage at the moment. Lawyer forms are still in progress. Um, Hybrid proof of stake video is still in editing. With the recent crosslink milestone 2, like it's almost a race between when I can work on this video and the speed at which Shielded Labs is moving. Um, Governance Town Hall, this is taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2000 hours UTC. And we have a space with Pirate Chain taking place on Monday at 1600 UTC. Pirate Chain, if you're unaware, is a fork of Zcash. I think the strict term is an unfriendly fork, but they're a privacy chain, and they really do have the same goals as Zcash. They have slightly different tokenomics, but it's an interesting community, somewhat anarchic, and we're interested to talk with them. April office hours. I have no details. Can I click on the notes?
Yeah. Well, no, because I don't know if the folks I was helping want me to,
Okay.
it was a private um session, but I just want to make sure if everyone has questions and wants to work one-on-one with me, I'm available. So just direct message me, and I'll be there just for general questions or specific questions, whatever. It's I'll just I call it office hours because I don't know what else to call it, but it's just technical support, and or if you just have questions in general, just let me know.
Yeah. I think if anyone's interested in running a Zcash node, please speak to Dismad. Um, Once you have a Zcash node running, you can start doing cool things. You can start creating your own services and applications. Many of
Yeah,
you
and
here who have that skill.
in particular, I have got the Z3 nodes stack set up. So if you need help getting that up to date, let me know because we need more testers. So the best way to learn things is to try it out, and the best way to find bugs is to also try it out. So we need more folks running this stuff, seeing what goes wrong, and then at the same time you're learning. So it's kind of a win-win-win, but you have to actually do the work. So if you need help setting it up, let me know.
Win three.
Win,
Okay,
win,
so
win,
there was Dow
win,
Dow.
win
Oops.
cubed.
I was just thinking
Win
that.
cube. Um, Dow Dow governance April. I'm not sure what this refers to.
That's just us going over all the governance because there's been a lot of governance proposals this month. So that's just a general us discussing them, and if folks that have put in proposals are looking for feedback, this is a good opportunity for us to do so.
Yes. This. I'll hope to go through. Have we got Kelly here? Yes, we do. Cool. Um, and we've got Croy. He's got. I think his proposal ends in a few hours. And there was Musty or local Zcash who had a proposal, and we had someone new post a proposal as well. So we'll go through them in a second. Video list. So these are in research. I guess this won't be required anymore since Ledger is seen to the app. Nomada threshold custody setup. So we did actually set it up. We just didn't record it, so we'll need to do this again. And yeah, these are stuff in progress, I guess, or in backlog. Okay, right. I suppose we can. Well, I think Vito had updates on the stuff he was working on over the past 2 weeks. I don't know if his mic will be working. I did take some notes from a recent conversation with him. So he's been in contact with the Ironfish, or trying to reach the Ironfish people to complete the setup of the channel, the portals to their server, and same for Namada. So these are works in progress. He's been in touch with Citria, which is a Bitcoin ZK rollup. See if I can pull it up. So it uses BitVM to allow smart contracts on as a Bitcoin L2. So it enables privacy. Their project isn't a privacy project despite using ZKP. But it'll still be interesting, I think, for Zcash community to learn and how it could enable privacy on Bitcoin. Yeah, just something interesting and new to learn about. And yeah, so as an event for this month, we are going to host a quiz, and it will be Zcash and Penumbra based. So do your homework, and yeah, that'll probably be in the next week or so. We need to coordinate with Ember on Penumbra team. And yeah, Vito is also editing videos and working on Shielded News. I think that's ready as of today. And also stuff he has planned is going over the recent call we had with Nim, and creating shorts from that interview. Dismad, did I miss anything? Or Vito, if your mic's working?
I think
Yeah. So I was just going to mention, yeah, Henry stepped down. Super shocking.
wowza.
Is he like the is he like the Zuko of Penumbra? Trying to remove the ban from MBB. What were you going to say, Dismad?
Nothing. No, you're good.
Okay. I don't know what MBB means, by the way. You might need to clarify. Oh, why was she banned? Okay, so proposals. We have an open proposal. This closes in roughly 19 hours. And this is for Croy to join the DAO. At the moment, there are insufficient voters. So we need to kind of figure out how we can get DAO members better notified, I think is the answer.
Well, they
Yeah,
could be
there's
notified. You know, it comes. You know, sometimes lack of participation is another way of saying no, right? So, but I hope that everyone that wants to vote does vote, and I would also hope that if you do want to say no, just vote no. I can make it more clear, and then that way it's the proposal passes the quorum, because then we might have to adjust the quorum, and that I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bringing the quorum lower. I wouldn't even want yeah, if you bring the quorum lower, it kind of puts puts things at risk. Sorry,
The admin meeting and the thing low. So
I didn't catch that.
no,
I see veto, a word used in automod's block list. Okay, so yes, if you haven't voted, please do have your voice heard. This was a proposal from Kelly, and I think this is the second attempt he made. There were some adjustments he made from the original proposal. I think he reduced the merch cost and the overall cost went down, and so Roosevelt isn't here. I hope he won't mind, but I might read out some of the recommendations he was making regarding this proposal. And I wonder if we could be using these meetings as an ideal opportunity. So first of all, it's great that people show initiative and just post their proposals and push forward. What could be more constructive is if people who are interested in running these projects discuss it with the DAO, get some initial feedback, have a conversation around possibilities, things that are missing. Yeah, so there was sorry.
One of the things I could do, Squirrel, if it helps, is create a thread for each proposal we get in the main channel that's public, and we can post everything related to that proposal in the thread, and it's organized and easy to find, and that way they get feedback. Does anyone have any objections to that?
Nope.
Yeah, because I agree. Like we don't want to make it too hard to get things passed, and if we don't communicate why we're saying no, that's not very helpful at all.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's the main thing. It's the communication. So everyone is entitled to their own opinion and should feel completely fine saying yes or no. But if you are going to say no, it does help for people to correct it or so that they can get it right next time if they know why. A good thing that we've done is increase the voting time to 5 days. So that should give a bit more room for these kinds of discussions to happen. So Musty, this is local Zcash. He made a proposal as well to have a meetup, and so yeah, this was the one where Roosevelt gave a large amount of feedback, and most of it was around the costs. It would be some of the costs that were involved could have had some better reasoning behind them. I think that's what that was the main thing DAO members were looking for, justification around some of the items on the proposal. Yeah, that was.
Squirrel, can Kelly Joe talk? He's asking to speak.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, guys. Thank you again for the opportunity. Okay, concerning my proposal, I just wanted to point out a few things because I looked at it and I felt most of the feedback I got was that cost was an issue. That's why I had to cut down some of the costs. But this is something I've mapped out. I've already started throwing campaigns in school and promotions, and the event is looking achievable. I would have done it this Friday, but there's a holiday this Friday, so I think I'll be shifting it to next week Friday. So I would really love the support of the community, saying that this is a promising event to be a good time to let school students with most of these things. And I don't know. So I think it will be up to the team to decide. But I would really love if the proposal is accepted. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah. Next week is. Oh, sorry. This Friday is Easter. Yeah. So we've got DAO members in here, and maybe they could raise some of their concerns if they had any. Because we like we don't want someone to create a proposal every week, and like if there's a problem, how can he address it? One of the recommendations that I made was to get, at the moment, many of the people in the community who have been here a long time, like DAO members, they might be unfamiliar with the stuff you do. So you did include some links to your previous work in the proposal, but like a good thing to do is to demonstrate your Zcash knowledge, and um, what you could do is like post short interviews, post them to Twitter, ask your colleagues on campus about their crypto usage, like get people interested and excited about what you're hoping to do. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Okay. I feel that is a very nice idea, though I did some personal interview, but I didn't get to do it with my friends. But if that is an approach, I can still do that. But I've got other promotions running also. So I believe this will be a nice chance to expose them. I'll tell them that there's a way transaction can be done, and privacy will be in your financial transactions. You know, this is what Zcash brings, and we need to let them know this. A lot of people are in the dark, though they know of decentralized exchange, but then Zcash shields your assets from view. Most of thoughts.
Thank you. Agreed. Yeah, we have a comment, Michael. I saw that the college has weekly programs. Can you get a space to speak first without some costs there? Or it can only happen with all those costs?
Okay, thank you, Michael, for that observation. I don't think it's possible because the halls are being used. These are something we need to book before time. So unless you are saying I should not do refreshments, can be taken off, but then for the whole cost and most of the last proposal, the things listed there are the essential things. And if you check the first proposal, I had to remove some cost, which I felt was not necessary. for this second proposal, things listed there are necessary, and moving it, um, um, honestly, it will hamper the progress of the program. I don't know how it is for the team, but I just feel that I had to make inquiries first.
Cool. Yeah, so like this is really good. Sorry, go ahead, Loa.
I have a question.
Okay.
The speakers, what would the speakers would be speaking about?
Okay. We'll be speaking on basically how Zcash works, introduction to Zcash, the difference between Zcash and Bitcoin, why you need to learn about Zcash, what gives Zcash value, why should you care about Zcash, introduction to the pre-Zcash privacy, exploring Zcash wallets, testing transactions on Zingo wallet and then shielded wallets, Zcash wallet features, transparent world,
Yeah, you always
shared.
sound like it's
Sorry,
So you will
and
be
you
the
are
only
you the
speaker?
reason why they don't it's people ask you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I don't vote already, my guy.
sorry, come again. I did not hear you.
Roy,
Please, can you
maybe
come again?
you can type it out for us because we're having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, you didn't hear the agenda. Okay, let me just copy. I think it's in the proposal. Let me just copy it out and then paste it. And okay, this is basically topics, and so
Cool. Yeah, so these are good points.
yeah,
My first Zcash is a useful resource. And so yeah, I guess from the way I see it is what I feel is most important here is that you are super confident in the material that you're going to be presenting, so that so that it's not like a lost opportunity. So you're going to have a bunch of people there, and you're going to need to know your stuff super well to convey that information. That's the way I
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
Just to avoid sort of getting caught up here. So we've been through the details.
Okay,
And going forward, I think we can be creating threads. So before I would even encourage people, if they want to make a proposal, before you do so, you can even create, I think anyone can create a thread in the ZecHub main chat and like maybe bring it up and brainstorm with the DAO members, bring it up in a sync meeting, because it's not a good experience for us to like have to decline things when we don't have all the information.
okay.
Cool.
That's it.
The biggest example of this is going to have to be this other proposal that came through from AV to host an event in Greece. Like we didn't know who this person was. We didn't get any background, and it just ended up being rejected. So maybe we can kind of formalize a process for how people can approach the like proposal process. Yeah.
Yeah, I think doing the thread in Discord is one one idea that's easily fixed that I can easily do. And if there's other ideas, let me know. I'm open to ideas here.
I fixed the donation page. So previously there was buttons and slides and all kinds of mechanisms, and someone contacted me and said, "This thing, I've tried to donate and it's not working." So it's a simple QR code now, and hopefully that's a bit easier for people. Thank you, Dan, for the guides. And which one was it? Keystone Zashi is now here. I still need to add the icons for some of the new.
And then I think Dan wanted to add the YouTube video too, Squirrel. We could add that in.
Yeah, as a like an embed.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay. Although one of them, this one, I cannot get. Oh no, it's working. Okay, so yeah, we got some guides up. There was another new guide which we had in from CJ Frankie. Yeah, we got the Penumbra bounty program up and running. I think there are 3 ongoing tasks. Yeah, there were a good number of C cachers who joined a Penumbra onboarding call, and it was super cool to see them like installing Prax and using shielded transactions on Cosmos. Yeah, I guess that was. Oh yeah, I got the Zcash Africa account for a second, but because of my IP address, I've lost access to it again. So I'll try and get Zcash Africa back quite soon, and my intention is to hand it over to either Musty at local Zcash or one of the existing members of Zcash Nigeria. Do you think that's a good idea? Okay, maybe. Yeah, so can we pass it over to SpeedFox, who will be showing us the new Pay with Z.Cash website?
Awesome.
Good evening, guys.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let me try to share my screen. I am not really good with this, but let me go ahead and see what step I need to take in order to share the screen. Okay. Coming. Should I do the entire? No, okay. Let me do this. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you have a
book
camera
PDF.
as well.
Yeah, book PDF, but some persons will be like, "Are you for real?" So you're welcome. This is the new Pay with Zcash. How did you guys see it? Like, one is laughing. Okay, that was just a joke, by the way. So yes, here's what I've got at the moment. Here's the landing page. Presently is hosted on Vassal. When you come to the site, this the home page you come in. On the home page, for every client or merchant that submits into the listing, they do so picking a certain categories. So when a merchants are being listed, they are all being categorized. First is the favorite category. This favorite category is actually not as a category to say, or it's created on the fly based on the numbers of upvotes by users. And I made the upvote count. I just pick a random number of 15. So for every upvote higher than 15, it comes into the favorite category, which happens on the fly. Or moving forward, we have the art category, we have the beauty category, and what me and what not. Last category is Zcash and Espanol. I had just like the old site had, there is a filtering there. Filter what we have based on firstly, it's gonna filter based on the category, and secondly, it's gonna filter based on the merchant name. That's that. If I do Zec again, it almost it picks on the category, which by name here is the favorite. Then it lists the merchants that are there. So anyone searching, this is the closest bet result they would get. And if one is not searching by category or by merchant, and one wants to add a listing, they want to submit their business into this application, they go through by using the add business here. This is the details which they will need to submit. Submit their business name, the select of the categories they need. Like I said earlier on, the favorites is here, but I think this to be a typo. I need to remove this from here. When they choose that, they enter an address, they enter their email, and if I click on submit, what this does behind the scene is there is a little bit of web scraping. When this information is submitted at the server, there is a script that goes to this website, sorts for the website's logo or an assumed hero image on the site. When it gets that, it uses that details, that information to 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 save those information into the database, which is Postgres database. And for every data that is being submitted, for every listing, by default, it is submitted using a flag known as draft. Based on that draft, okay, if I submit this, for example, let me try and submit this. Let me see, so that you all can see what happens. Yeah, I get a response. Your application was successful. Please note that it may take up to 24 hours for review before it's available to the public. The client clicks on OK, it takes the clients back here. That listing is not here at the moment. That the notification there gives the admin the ability to go back there to go review the listing. Now, why the need to review? The need to review the listing is to ensure that we only have quote and unquote legitimate businesses that are being listed. We don't want people coming in to list stuff that at the end of the day we don't know. Okay, business that are not legit, so to say, illegal business. I don't want to start listing businesses where drugs are being sold. Now we say we are accepting Zcash as a form of payment. That would be an insult to the project itself, to the cryptocurrency itself. So I put that in place. When businesses are submitted that way, we can have access to vet them to know which business is legit and which is not. Along the line, Skrill said, for privacy sake, anonymity sake, we should scrape away the email address collection. And I said, yes, we should. The only reason I left it there, even though I intend to make it optional, is such that we have a medium to reach out back to the business owner, quote and unquote, informing them why their business couldn't be listed for some certain reasons. If there wouldn't be need for that, we could as well just remove the email. If the business is not fit for listing, we could flush it out, and it's never there, and there's no form of communication back to the business owner. So that's all about the front part of it as regarding business listing. On the about, there's not much there, just a little explanation about the site itself. Regarding the find an ATM, I noted the service that the API provider, rather, I noted it. I sent an email to them requesting on what it takes and all of that based on what they wrote on their website. I got a feedback. I was asked what website do I want to integrate the map, and what page it was. I responded to the mail. I also made a reference that notify them that this is a revamp of the old Pay with Zcash, even though the old one has a map already integrated into it. But notwithstanding the fact that I am the one overseeing this, I would like to know what is involved in it. So I'm waiting for that response. Hopefully they get back to me, and I know what it takes. That will help me to fit in the mapping on this path. Next is the privacy policy. The privacy policy is in. I made a review of what was on the former site. I spoke with Skrill about it, and he asked me to, okay, take some shots on it, which I did. And the core of what the policy here is this: what I have in place here has no tracking of whatsoever. We don't care about anybody's IP address nor anybody's cookie. We don't have any data collection. Talking about age restriction, I kept this for formality's sake based on the fact that a business listing will still be vetted at the back. Other than that, everything is just plain come submit your work, and you go. While you're submitting, I'm not reading anybody's details behind the scene. That being said, I would go straight to goodness to the dashboard. Now, this is the dashboard. The dashboard is meant for the admin who is going to minister the site. Earlier on, when I did the proposal, I said it was going to be a minuscule content management. So, behind the dashboard is this. On the home landing page, here I have pending approvals. This is a bug. I'm supposed to get one pending approval. That should be the new listing I listed. It wasn't supposed to be automatically added in. So I'm going to check that out. As at the last details we have, which was provided to me by Scroll, listing we have here, we have a total of 322 listing and they all have been approved, so to say. These are also the total number of merchants. The next is here just a preview of the categories we have, and followed by the merchants. If I click on the categories here, we have the categories that are paginated into three pages. In total, I think we have some 20 something. Okay, we have 29 categories. Categories, we have the edit option. I could edit this and save it back. I could decide to delete this and get it deleted, or I could create a new one. If I create this Game Boy, Game Boy should be somewhere. I'm supposed to put a search here and get that searched out. Okay, so this is what I just created on a Brave here, Game Boy. I'll delete it because we really don't need that in place. That is gone. If I go next to the merchants, here, okay, I had a search already for the merchants. Really don't need to create a merchant here because I'm not the one creating. Merchant should come in and submit their details. So I'm supposed to, I should, and I would remove this create button away. So with this, I can, earlier on, the merchant I submitted was James House, and the subtitle was Cherio, even though I did not put anything called subtitle. Now, when a merchant lists their businesses, these are the information that has been crawled behind the scene. Yeah, the business name. On the site, we crawl for their subtitle as well as description on the site's header. If there is, we pick. If there is not, it's left blank. Here is their logo. It's minuscule here. Then we also pick on their tags on the site, followed by the listing of what category it was and the status. Here was the status here, shown draft, like I said, by default. So with this, I missed out. I was supposed to list the websites of the business here. With that website, I could click on it. The goal is to click on the website, view what the website is like, what services they are rendering. If it fits the objective as being a legal business, then all we do is to edit it, take it from draft to publish, and submit it. As this is here now, automatically it's been published. So with it being published, when we go back to what you call it, when we go back to here, let me check for James House. James House didn't pop up. That's good. Check for Cheria. Am I supposed to? I wasn't supposed to refresh it, but then Cheria didn't come out. James House also didn't come out. Oh, good. Now I've learned that I just have a bug there I need to fix. Okay, so with that, listing. But then if it's not a fitting listing, if it's not a legal entity, all we have to do is just come here, delete, and James listing is gone. So that's the brief with that. Okay, I have another option for another nav for the privacy policy. With this, we can easily update. I don't have a link here, another bug I need to fix. With this, we can easily create and add a new policy, or rather delete the old one that is there, or as well as update a new one. I don't have anything for the setting here yet. So in a brief, that's all I have in my presentation. And when I'm done, I could as well just log out and again, takes me back to login.
That's
So
awesome.
I hope with this few presentation of mine, I've been able to like as I was in back in secondary school. No, I've been able to convince you and not to convince you that I've been able to do a little thing here and it's left for your vetting. For you to show where needs to be corrected, what is not looking well and what is overzealously fitted in. Contributions are welcome, please.
I got a question.
Okay.
Who do you want to be admins? Like, do you want the DAO to be able to manage this, or do you want that? Like, what is your vision for this?
Okay. Initially, my still on the long run, that's still my objective was to get it all done, like I've explained it, and lay it out for the DAO. The DAO makes their decision whom they want to have control over it. If they say they want to control it, fine. If they said, Speed Fox, you keep a hold of it, that's fine. But mine is to get the work done, fit in the box, submit it, and the DAO make the choices.
Cool. Yeah, because
All the codes are open source on GitHub.
it would seem like it would be really cool experiment for decentralization to have the selected DAO members be the admins and help run it, because part of the issue with the original site was it became too much for one person to manage. So I love the idea of having a DAO manage it collectively. And then a second question, would it be possible to, when someone submits a business, it lets us know either via Telegram or Discord that someone submitted something?
Yes, that's very feasible. That's very feasible. I thought to integrate that part also, but then the module is not yet. I don't think I've wrapped it 45% yet. But I thought it's that way. So now that you've brought that in, it would be very nice. I think we all, quote and unquote, are more active on Discord. I think it should be on the open on the Discord, probably on one of those listings. Where you have a general notification, but then only the DAO members can go access it and know, okay, what particular client's business has been listed. What then the number count would always be visible on the Discord, so everybody see it, DAO member or non-DAO member.
Yeah, I love that idea because part of, discoverability, right? Like, we're all doing, random things. So if we can get a distraction that says, hey, someone submitted something, and then hopefully one of the DAO members can take some time and vet it. And then, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
overall, I
No,
love your work, and those are just some of my feedback, but great job.
all right. Thank you.
Yeah, I think one of the last things that we need to do is transfer the domain from Eric, the original owner, over to the new website. So yeah, we'll sort that out for you, Speedfox.
That's true. That's true. Lest I forget, I been waiting for that. Skrell, you said you reached out and you're waiting for the domain DNS access. Once
Yeah.
you get that, I can just quickly redirect that, and that should be live on that same domain. I said earlier on, I would have loved we maintain that domain. The fact that it's been there for a while, changing it would not hurt to any extent, but then I would have loved posterity and also to give credit to the developer fought like on the long run to acknowledge, oh, you did a great job here. We can also still maintain that background. So once you get access to that, I can get that fitted in. Also, is the email, the domain. I want to assume or believe that once you get access to the domain, also you should get access to the emails credentials. I say,
Okay.
if that doesn't come in, it means you might just have to set another email system up
Cool.
and get that configured. But if you can't, for any reason, if you gave me access to it, I can always configure that also.
Okay. And there is also the Pay with Zcash Twitter. So this is separate from the website, of course, but do we have any ideas about?
Yeah. I saw the link on the old site, and I did refer to it. Sometimes it opens, sometimes it doesn't. You're gonna get access to that also.
Maybe I don't know. I'll try for Eric again and see if he's willing to part company with his account.
Okay. While we're talking about decentralization, you're reaching out to him earlier on because it's been, if not 4, 5, 6 days ago.
Yeah,
He hasn't responded to you, or is not in town.
I don't know. No, I haven't got a response yet.
I can try on my side too. But the good news is that we secured the domain for another year, the original domain. So it's just a matter of transferring it. So don't worry, we'll get this squared away.
All right. That's fine. So I appreciate feedback. I really would love more. It will help me to do the fine tuning I need to do. And by the way, I didn't talk about this little what do you call it? Upvotes here that work also. So I will appreciate more feedbacks. Some of us could take a little play about it, and I could use your eyes or your eyes if that's the right English to use. But I
What
don't think
about
it is.
I noticed it. I love the dark color, but some folks like the lighter color. Is there like a light mode, dark mode button maybe?
Yeah, as it is, there isn't. This is taking the system preference, which I'm not supposed to bank on. So I would do a workaround where it will be left for the user to choose whichever mode they want. I bet, like you said, that one works best than this dark mode. I am just a dark mode fella, so I went through that process instead of having to switch. But you are right. So I'll get that's another fix I need to do.
Yep. Maybe just a quick security consideration regarding the favorites and the upvotes. We did something similar
Okay.
on the ZecHub Wiki wallets page, and it turns out, even though we were doing like a SHA-1 of people's IP address to make sure that they didn't give themselves too many upvotes,
Yeah.
they would just use a VPN and change their IP and then do it again and again. So I don't know. I don't know ways to fix it.
You're right. I thought about that. It was also, even while I don't want to read people's IP address, don't want to intrude on people's privacy. I thought that might just probably be the closest bet I have. But then, as you've brought this out, I take a little swipe at it and check more best way to get it done. If that wouldn't be the case, I might just that's what I'll do. I'll find a way to get it done. Other than that, it means to foresee it non-decentrally, we'll just have to store the IP address
Yep.
in the database. That one would
Or
work more better than. But then we don't want to do that.
yeah, it could be a hash of the IP or something.
Zero
We're
Darts had a
going
good
to do an
idea. How about send Zec to ZecHub donation for upvotes past a certain threshold?
really. That would be nice. Oh, you that would be nice. That would be nice. But then, if we say for a certain threshold, for example, for the whiskey men here, or the whisker men here, who is 17, for everyone who wants to upvote them, they're going to be donating. I mean, I'm just
Interesting.
coming out of the blue and I'm like, oh, whiskey man, yeah, whiskey man, that's my guy. I've used the service before. let me give him a thumbs up, upvote, and I'll be like, I get the alert. You need to. I'm like, are you for real? Just to upvote, I need to. Maybe I'll do that next time. And I never returned again.
Yeah, I don't know how to fight that other than, the first one's free and then the rest you have to pay. But I don't know how to do that without tracking folks.
Okay, I have noted that down, and I think I'll look, kind of do a little bit of research into it, and hopefully find see the closest resolve. I'll pass you through so you guys can vet on it and see which is closest. Hopefully, we don't get it too centralized on the long run.
Awesome. Thank you, Speedfox.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, so I guess we've hit time, and yeah, there's a town hall happening, a Zcash town hall. It regards governance of the protocol, so everyone is invited to join. This call, I think, is going to be specifically like minded towards community opinion. So if you have strong opinions about Zcash governance and the lockbox and yeah, the future of Zcash, come along tomorrow and join the call. Thanks, everyone.